Welcome. In this video, we will see how to write a C program for two-dimensional scaling. Scaling means changing the size of graphical object. So whenever we change the size of the object, either we can increase it or decrease it, then we call it as a scaling transformation. So let us write a C program for it. Open Turbo C, start Turbo C, create a new file, include header file, hash include stdio.h hash include con.io.h hash include graphics.h. So whenever we are writing a graphics program or whenever we want to draw graphical objects like triangle, pixel, line, etc., then we must include graphics.h header file in our program. So write void our main function, void main. Inside the main function, we will declare the integer type variable gd is equal to detect and gm. GD means graphics driver. So which graphics driver we are going to use, that will be automatically detected. So we set the value of GD to detect constant value. GM means graphics mode. So which graphics mode we are going to use, that will be denoted by GM. We are drawing triangle in this program, so we will take the xy coordinate of three vertices of the triangle. So for that we will declare variable x1 y1 x2 y2 and x3 y3. These are the x and y coordinates of three vertices of the triangle. Then after changing the size of the triangle or after scaling the object, we will get new coordinates of the triangle. So for that we will take variables new x1, new y1, new x2, new y2, new x3 and new y3. So these are the new x and y coordinates of vertices of a triangle after scaling. Then we will also declare variable sx and sy. Sx and sy are called as scaling factor. It means how much size we want to increase in x direction, that will be denoted by sx, and how much size we want to increase in y direction, that is denoted by sy. We will take the coordinates of vertices of triangle from user. So we'll print one message, enter the coordinates of vertices of triangle. With the help of scanf function, we will save this value into address of x1, address of y1, address of x2, address of y2, address of x3 and address of y3. Similarly, we will also take the values of scaling factor sx and sy from user, enter the values of scaling factor sx and sy. With the help of scanf function, we will save these values into address of sx and address of sy. Now we will write init graph function. Three parameters are passed to init graph function. First is address of GD, second is address of GM variable, and third is the location of BGI file. Why we are using init graph function? Because whenever we want to draw graphical objects like triangle, square, line, or pixel, our computer system must be in the graphics mode. Init graph function translates our computer system into the graphics mode. So three parameters are passed to this function. First is address of GD variable, second is address of GM variable, and third is the location of BGI file. BGI file is a graphics driver file, and we have to write the address or path of where this file is stored in our system. So in my computer system, this BGI file is stored in C drive. Inside C drive, there is a Turbo C3 folder, and inside that folder there is a BGI file. So you have to pass the address or location of that file in double inverted comma to this function. Then we will calculate the new values of x and y coordinates after scaling. So we can calculate this new x and y values using the equation new x1 will be equal to x1 into sx, new y1 will be equal to y1 into sy, new x2 will be equal to x2 into sx, new y2 will be equal to y2 into sy, new x3 will be equal to x3 into sx, new y3 will be equal to y3 into sy. So you can see that we have multiplied each x and y value with sx and sy. So this will give us the new x and y coordinate of vertices of a triangle after scaling or after changing their size. Now let us draw the triangle. We will draw both triangle, means before scaling and after scaling. So first we will draw triangle before scaling. That triangle we will draw in, suppose, yellow color. So I will pass yellow constant value to the set color function. We will draw triangle using line function. So first line we will draw from coordinate from vertex x1 y1 to x2 y2. Second line will be drawn from vertex x2 y2 to x3 y3, and third line will be drawn from x3 y3 to x1 y1. This is the triangle before scaling. Now we will change the color. We will draw the triangle after scaling. So we will draw that triangle with some different color. Suppose we want to draw that triangle in green color, so I will change the color using set color function and pass green constant value to that function. Again we will draw triangle using line function, but now here we will pass new x and y coordinates that we have calculated earlier. So our first line will be drawn from vertex x, new x1, new x1, new y1 to new x2, new y2. Second line will be drawn from new x2, new y2 to new x3, new y3, and third line will be drawn from new x3, new y3, new x1 to new y. Now we will write getCH function. getCH function will hold our output screen till we give some input, and finally we have to write closEGraph function. closEGraph function, why we are writing? Because of init graph function, our computer system is now in the graphics mode. To return back to the normal mode or text mode, we must write closEGraph function at the end of our program. So in this way our program is completed for scaling. Save this file, give some name, suppose p23.c. Okay, compile this program, success, no errors. Run this program. So it will ask for coordinate of vertices of the triangle. Suppose the coordinates of first vertex is 200, 100, second vertex is 300, 200, third vertex is 100 and 200. Enter the values of scaling factor Sx and Sy. Suppose I want to increase the size of triangle by value by 2 times in x direction, so I will give value of Sx2. Similarly, I want to increase the size of the object by 2 values in y direction, so I will enter the values of Sy2 and press enter. So here you can see that our first triangle, yellow triangle, is a triangle before scaling, and our second triangle, which is a green triangle, is after scaling. So you can clearly see that we have changed the size of the object, or we have doubled the size of the object. So this is called as the scaling transformation, in which we change the size of the object. So if you want to learn programming, then you can subscribe the channel.